Hi there and welcome to Films According to Chris Wyatt. Today's movie is The Mummy.
The Mummy is yet another remake/reboot of the series that started back in 1932. The original film was one of Universal Studios' classic monster movies, alongside Dracula, Frankenstein, and others. It was a memorable atmospheric horror film with a standout performance from the always awesome Boris Karloff. Over the years, it's been remade, sequelized, rebooted multiple times, one of the more notable reboots being the action-heavy remake from 1999, directed by Stephen Sommers and starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. And I'll admit, despite the film's flaws, I have a bit of a soft spot for the 1999 film. It's just a lot of fun.
Which is far more than I can say about this one.
The New Mummy, directed by mediocre screenwriter turned even worse director Alex Kurtzman, stars Tom Cruise, Sofia Boutella, Annabelle Wallis, Jake Johnson, and Russell Crowe. It's also the first entry in Universal Pictures' new Dark Universe, their new shared universe series featuring the classic Universal monsters. By the way, this will be a spoiler-free review. I'll make another video later on to discuss this Dark Universe. Seriously, that's what they're calling it? Whatever. In a later video I'll discuss Easter eggs and what we can expect in future prequels or sequels. Anywho, this new version of The Mummy stars Tom Cruise as Nick Morton, a US soldier and archaeological grave robber who happens to stumble on the 5,000-year-old tomb of an Egyptian princess and...
Do I really need to say much more than that? I'm sure you all can fill in the blanks.
But right up front, The Mummy is a dud. So far, the worst movie I've seen this summer, possibly even year. The story is a bland rehash of the 1999 film, the actors all look lost, and the effects and action are mostly uninspired. All of this mainly thanks to some stunningly bad direction from Alex Kurtzman. Seriously, almost every choice feels like the wrong one. Nearly every scene feels off, and the whole thing just feels disjointed and sloppy. I hate to blame the cast too much for this one, since the script gives them practically nothing interesting to say or do, and Kurtzman's lack of experience directing actors probably didn't help either. But nearly everyone here is awful. Despite how you may feel about Tom Cruise as a person, one can't deny that he always gives 110% for whatever he's in. And while that's definitely true here too, without a director to reel him in from time to time, or a script that actually develops any kind of interesting character, he ends up coming off as terrible.
This is easily Tom Cruise's worst performance since, actually this might be his worst performance ever.
Annabelle Wallis barely registers as archaeologist Jenny Halsey. She has so little range, I had to double check they didn't just cast a mannequin in this role. Jake Johnson plays Tom Cruise's ghostly friend warning him of things to come, clearly taking a page from Griffin Dunne's Jack in American Werewolf in London. Though while Jack was funny and his character was sympathetic, Jake Johnson here is annoying as hell. Russell Crowe plays a supporting role as the infamous Dr. Jekyll. Not a spoiler, that was revealed months ago, but he looks even more lost here than he did in the laughably awful Winter's Tale. The only one to rise above any of this is Sofia Boutella as the mummy herself, Princess Amenet. Boutella was, of course, the actress who sprung into semi-stardom with show-stealing roles in Kingsman and Star Trek Beyond. She was an inspired choice as the new mummy, with an admittedly cool makeup and costume design, and even manages to deliver a fairly compelling physical and emotional performance despite the lack of material to work with here. She's not nearly enough to save the movie, but whenever she is on screen, she does manage to elevate the movie from unwatchable to slightly more watchable. The rest of the movie, though, it's junk. When the movie is trying to be scary or at least suspenseful, it comes up short. When it's trying to be funny, the jokes fall hard. And when it's trying to win you over with the action, even that is pretty meh. Visually, the movie attempts to match the aesthetic from the 1999 film, even going so far as to ripping off a few shots and sequences, albeit without any real visual flair or style. The effects aren't terrible, but even at their best they reek of been there, done that. The editing is erratic and nonsensical, the dialogue is horrendous, the story is a whole riddled mess. This movie is just monstrous, but not in a good way. I'll end with saying that this mummy is one that should have stayed buried, and if Universal is as serious as they seem to be with their so-called Dark Universe, they're gonna have to do better than this. I give The Mummy 1.5 stars out of 5.
Alright, thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of The Mummy by leaving me a comment below. And if you like what you saw and you want to see more, click subscribe and tune in soon for new videos. I'll see you next time.